Hi, I'm Rowena from McMorgan Next Practice Marketing, and in this video we're going to talk about the fourth stage in the design thinking process, which is all around ideation. So just for context, we now have our strat map and our insight, which is really defining what we want to achieve. Now we're going to use a couple of different ways to come up with some ideas that we can take forward into prototyping, which is stage 5. But how do we do that? So first of all, there's this really important concept around divergence and convergence. Divergence is when you push and expand, you throw out big ideas and you push those ideas even further because you want to push beyond the average or the normal or what you know. You want to get bigger ideas. Once we've done that stage, then we can start to look at those ideas and come back to what are the ones that we feel are best able to take forward into prototyping. So how do we diverge? Well, there are a lot of different creative techniques, but one of the most common is brainstorming. So brainstorming is when you get a group of people and you're fast and furious with coming out with ideas. You don't say no to any ideas. It's all about building, but getting as many ideas and feeding off each other so you could actually get 100 ideas within 20 minutes. Another technique is called pivoting. Now, this is a technique where you think about if I keep one variable the same, but I change a variable. And some of the biggest innovations out there have a pivot strategy. You can actually, in reflection, go back and say, here's what they kept the same, but here's what they changed. And then a third technique is called scamper. And this is where you purposely add constraints to your ideas to see if you can push them even further. So perhaps you might say, what if I was to reverse it? What if I was to make it 10 times bigger? Thinking about different constraints that make you take the idea even further. So this is all about divergence. And when you've got a whole heap of ideas out there, you want to be able to choose which are the best ones to take forward. And that's where we come into convergence, which is where we choose or whittle down to the core ideas. So how do we do convergence? One of the most popular techniques is around team voting. So whether you all get a certain number of votes or whether people choose their favorite and least favorite, it's a way that everyone can come back to what are the ideas that will best deliver your strat map and insight and get rid of the ideas that aren't as good. The other technique is to think about those ideas through both ease and impact. So drawing a grid where you've got ease and impact, and actually plotting all of your ideas. So you could end up with a lot of different ideas everywhere, but the best ones to take forward are those which are up in this part because they would have the biggest impact as defined by your strat map and what you're trying to achieve, and they're easy to execute. We want to go straight now into prototyping, so we want ideas that are easy for us to be able to take forward.